Hey guys, today I'm putting a starter in this 2011 Honda Odyssey because when it is cold outside, like it is now, it sounds like this. Pretty awesome, right? So I'm going to set up my camera and get to work. All right, at the front of the vehicle here, we got these little push pins. Just going to pop a screwdriver in there. They're usually broken. Like these. Just throw them in there. There's a little pocket down here. I'm going to get this duct out. Set that aside. And then we got the bolts here, 10mm nuts for the batteries. Cable holder downer thinger, battery or whatever. There it is. Spray a little bit of juice. And zip these guys off. There we go. Throw this thing aside. And these hooks fall down. And they're kind of a pain to get back in. This one's going to stay. That front one fell down into the abyss. We'll get it later. Next, we're going to disconnect the battery. Because we got to get this battery out of here. And the battery tray. Okay, I'm pretty sure we got to take this whole air box out. I haven't done one of these on a 4th gen Odyssey. I have on a 3rd gen, and I'm pretty sure I had to take that out. I don't know. I was in the parking lot, and it sucked. It was summer and miserable, and I was in the parking lot. Starter went out. Fun times. So I'm going to pull this connector off. There's a little thing this holds back onto. Pull that up gently. Looks like we got a 10mm down here. And a 10 up here. And my light's gonna fall down. There we go. Let's see if we can get this big stupid thing out of here. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, that's the little hook that the wiring harness snaps into. And then, let's reposition my light here. I think I'm going to pull this bolt off, try to get this fuse panel out of here. Yeah, looks like these, pull these out. There we go. Get this thing out of the way. And there's another harness down here. There, pull that. Now this can kind of swing out of the way. And we have 2 more 10mm here. I'm going to zip those off. Ooh, pretty rusty. Guess that's what happens when you have 300,000 miles on something. Yep, and there's one hidden over here, back around by the ABS control unit deal. There we go. I'll get this out of the way. All right, there's a couple, looks like 12mm bolts down in here. There's one down there. And one back in here. I'm sure there's more, but we'll take those out first and see what happens. There you go. These look really rusty too, so great. Hold that thought. All right, the Ryobi can't hang, so we're going to use a ratchet like a normal person. Get it loose at least. And this one too. Woo. Okay. That is rusty. Let's see if it'll... Okay, I almost screwed up. I almost stripped this one down here. Put 17 more feet of extensions on there and I was able to get a better angle on it. I got that last one out. Well, I don't know if it's the last one. Could be. Nope. Oh, wow. Looks like there's one way down in here. And one right there. Jeez. Okay, so there's more bolts. Yeah. Rust. Ooh. Sorry, blocking the view. Ooh. Pretty sure I stripped it. All right, well, there was a couple extra bolts. Like you can see, there's 1, 2, and 3 over here, 4. Then you have this grommet here for this airbox resonator deal. Had to push that off. There's a zip tie here, clipped over here. I just broke it because I have zip ties that clip in to a hole. And then there was a clip here for this wire, which I'll just re-zip tie because pain in the ass. I'm going to yank this thing out of here. Let's get this pig out of here. Oh yeah, now we got all kinds of room for activities and whatnot. So all that, just so we can kind of get a view at the starter. And you can see it there by this hose. Right there, all green and corroded. It's nasty. Alright, there's a small wire here. You just push on this connector and wiggle. It's going to be kind of tough probably because it's old. Got that off. And then there's a boot here revealing that looks like a 12 millimeter nut. And I don't have to reinforce that you should have the battery disconnected as we had to remove it. But anytime you're doing a starter, disconnect the battery. This hose looks like it's in the way a little bit, so we're just going to squish it over here. And get this on here. There we go. Loosen that nut. There we go. And now I should be able to take this wire off, main starter wire off, this stud. I don't know if you can see anything, but I can't either, so it works out. Yeah, thing's being stubborn. Oh man, I'm dropping everything. Alright. There. Popped it off. And it's off the stud anyway. Alright, I found the top bolt. It's buried in there, so if you look beyond this top hose and through here, try to get the light in there. right back behind in there. Underneath this EGR, I have a 3-inch flex extension, or a wobble, and then another 3-inch. And I got on that bolt. You can just barely see it. If I could just hold this like a normal person. I can't get in there. Big stupid camera. Anyway, you'll just have to believe me. There's a stupid bolt right there. That's the top one. And we still got to figure out where the bottom one is. Oof, finally got it out. That was not fun, I tell you what. So down in here, buried way down deep, there's the where it mounts to the block. And that wasn't fun. I had to use a combination of extensions and wobbles and stuff because there's a stud down here underneath the EGR that this top bolt gets hung up on. So it's all kinds of fun. But anyway, got it out of there. It looks like it came with this thin shim. So I'll just transfer that over to the new one and try to get the new one weaseled in there. Okay, here's just a little side-by-side comparison. Got my shim on the new one. They look the same. So I'm going to toss it in here. It's not worth filming because you won't see anything but my stupid elbows. Oof. Finally got the starter back in. That was not fun. You really got to wiggle it in there, and these hoses are in the way, and the EGR's in the way, and dipstick's in the way for the trans. Pretty much everything's in the way. But anyway, now we're ready to put the connectors back on. So I have like this small one here. And snap that in. Make sure it clicks. And there it goes. Whew, that was tight. And then as far as this new starter comes with this nut, but I'm going to put the OEM one on because this is a 13 millimeter, and what kind of Savage uses a 13 millimeter? This is a 12. All right, got the little connector on. Time for this big one. That boot's always kind of in the way. You gotta get that down past the threads. And like I said, I like to use the 12 millimeter head because that's what it was coming off. Then you don't have to change tools as often. Honda doesn't use that primitive 13 millimeter trash. This is a high class machine here. And then tighten this nut up. And this hose is kind of in the way, but she'll move. This would be a good time for if you were to do preventative maintenance to change your radiator hoses and your thermostat. All that stuff's really fun. I just did that about 6 months ago. If I would have known that the starter sucked, I would have done that then. But, you know, whatever. Okay, I'm going to fish this big bracket down in here. I lubed up all the bolt holes, all the threaded holes and everything. I lubed up this grommet so then this airbox resonator will fit on there nice. I also have a zip tie on here for this one that I broke. The small wire. I'm going to run that through first before I put the grommet in. Damn. And get the grommet in there. There we go. There. Pull that zip tie clean. I'll clean that up later. And then just get all the holes to line up. Alright, got this bracket in there. Got this bracket set on there. Gonna tighten it up. There we go. Come on. There we go. And then I had this pulled around the air snorkel. Let that relax. This bottom one, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see. Bottom one goes on here. Boom. This one goes here. This one goes here. And there's one back hidden behind here that you can't see, but you'll just have to trust me. It snaps on. And then this one here. Of course, this one's gonna fight me. There. Helps when you have it the right direction. Okie dokie. What next? Battery tray. And this looks like it has a little bump. So that must go a certain direction. Let's see if it lines up this way. Or does it line up better this way? Ooh, lines up better that way. That's what we're gonna do. And then, before we put the battery in, we're gonna put this air box back in. I'll try to anyway. This slips onto your little resonator deal. And this goes on here. There we go. Got the bolts for the air box. These ones with the big heads on them, big washers. There we go. This one goes here. Don't forget to clip in your wire here into that little groove on the air box. Plug in your connector. I'm going to start these bolts. There we go. And zip it down. Okay. And that's nice and tight. Let's not forget to tighten the clamp on this air box. There we go. And grab the battery. There's the positive. And let's see. Here we go. I'm going to tighten this by hand. I took it off with an impact, but I'm definitely going to tighten it by hand. Just get a 10mm wrench on there. And tighten it till it breaks off. Or snug works. Pop the negative on. Dang it. Stupid faulty tools. There we go. Nice and tight like. Now for the battery hold down. This holder has a nice little embossed thing that says front. Slide that over. I have like these J hooks. Just hooks down in this hole. And we're just going to start the nut. Sometimes this is kind of a pain in the butt. Going back and forth. We'll just set that one there. Get this back one. set up in there. There it is. I like to keep upward pressure or keep it tight against the battery and get the nut started. Try to thread it as far as you can by hand so it doesn't get enough slack to fall out of the slot there at the bottom. Now I'm going to take my little impact driver, and while pulling up, slowly until that one touches. This one too, I gotta get it back in the groove. This is the best part. Oh, there it is. That's what there. And keep upward pressure on this one. There, until it's snug. Good as old. And then there is one more bolt right here for this deal here. I'll just zip this on. That's it for that. All right, we're getting close to the end. Last part here is just this scoop resonator deal. Just push it in there first. Here in this oval. There we go. And then this just sits on there like that. And then you take these clips that always break and try to get it started. There it is. Yeah, these things suck. And there's that one. And I'll have to get a new one for this one. This one's junk. All right, new one. Boom. All right, here's the moment of truth. See if it catches on fire. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Well, folks, there you go. There's a starter on a 4th gen Odyssey. It wasn't great. Didn't completely suck. But it kind of sucked. Hopefully this might have helped you, or it didn't. I don't know. Sorry. Goodbye.